I had walked in darkness for a long time. Just when I was starting to wonder where I had lost my way, I saw some flickering lights in the distance. My heart swelled with relief as I picked up my pace, the thought of finally finding some civilization pushing me forward. As I got closer, I realized that the lights were coming from a small village. The streets were deserted except for a few stray dogs that eyed me warily. The houses looked like they were on the verge of collapsing, their mud walls barely standing. The whole place was eerily quiet, with only the occasional hoot of an owl to break the silence. I wondered what had happened to the people who used to live here. Had they all left or perished in some disaster? I tried knocking on a few doors, but there was no response. It was like the village was frozen in time, stuck in the past and forgotten by the rest of the world. As I walked through the village, I noticed a small hut at the far end. It looked different from the rest, as if it had been recently built or renovated. I made my way over, curious about what could be inside. As I approached the door, I heard faint chanting coming from within. It was a low and steady hum that seemed to vibrate through my bones. I hesitated for a moment, not sure whether to knock or turn back. But my curiosity got the better of me, and I tentatively tapped on the door. The chanting stopped abruptly, and a few moments later, an old man appeared in the doorway. He was dressed in tattered robes and had a long, white beard that reached his waist. His eyes were piercing, and they seemed to look right through me.
"Who are you?"
he asked, his voice surprisingly strong for his age. I explained that I had been lost in the darkness and had stumbled upon the village by chance. The old man listened intently, nodding his head every now and then as I spoke.
"It's not safe to be out at night,"
he said finally.
"You are lucky to have found us. Come inside, I'll make you some tea."
I followed the old man into the hut, which was surprisingly spacious and well lit. There was a fire burning in the center, and a pot of tea was brewing on it. The walls were adorned with strange symbols and carvings, and the air was thick with the smell of incense. As I sat down on a mat, the old man introduced himself as the village elder. He told me about the history of the village and how it had once been a thriving community, but had been abandoned due to a drought and famine that had plagued the region. He spoke of his own struggles to keep the village alive and how he had turned to meditation and spirituality to find solace in his old age. For the rest of the night, we talked about life, the universe, and everything in between. I felt a sense of peace and contentment that I hadn't experienced in a long time. And as I left the village the next morning, I knew that I had been given a glimpse into a world that was beyond the ordinary, a world that was hidden in the darkness but was waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining me on this journey of storytelling. The PDF script can be downloaded from our YouTube channel description. Stay tuned for more captivating stories in the future. And don't forget to like and share these stories with anyone who could benefit from them. See you next time.